That the world can proclaim LGBTQ. Right? They proclaim Pride Month and the NBA. They proclaim it. They show it to the world. They say come join us for Pride Month. To celebrate unrighteousness. They proclaim it. They proclaim it on the billboards. They proclaim it in the streets. Unrighteousness. So how is it that one can't speak righteousness? How is it one that how are they to say that man, this man is crazy. They said my conduct is detrimental to the team, right? Why didn't they just say we don't agree with his stance on LGBTQ? Why didn't they say that? How is it conduct detrimental to the team? What did I do to the team? What did I do to the players? I did nothing but practice with them, play with them, pass the ball to them, good teammate to them. Said good job, good shot. I said good job, good pass, way to play, bro. Right? I said these things to my teammates. It was never detrimental to them. So why is it that the NBA and the Chicago Bulls say that I'm detrimental to the team? How? Because I believe in the truth. Because I know Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. How? Those who are around me, those are my family members betraying. Because of what I spoke. The truth. Saying that I'm losing my mind. Saying that I'm crazy. These are my own family members. My blood. Man, he's psycho. He's this, he's that. Those are my own household. That's why my wife in here, and she's not even texting me.
It's Isaiah 59 and verse 15, Salaki. It says, Yea, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. First off, we give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. And as always, peace and salutations to the elect. All right, Brother Benaiah. It's going to be a quick lesson this morning. All right. Just to add my 2 cents in on this situation that's taking place with this basketball player, Jaden Ivy, you know what I'm saying? And him speaking out against, the alphabet community. All right. And now he's been cut from the team. He's being ostracized. His family is calling him crazy. They're separating themselves from him. And this is just shows you, once you speak out against unrighteousness in this society, like he was saying in that first video, how is it that, they can promote and push in people's face the alphabet agenda, but when you speak on righteousness, you get silenced, you get ostracized, you get cut off. Why? Because the wicked is in rulership. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Okay. And also it tells you in Job that this is a land of darkness, as darkness itself, where there is no light, and the light is as darkness. You see? So meaning this place is backwards. That was loosely paraphrasing, but I'll grab it real quick. Let me see. I think it's in Job, if I'm not mistaken, Job chapter 10. Let me see. Yep, Job 10, and I'm gonna start at verse 21. It says, let me see. It says, before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death, a land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death without any order. You see? And unless this is not talking about the actual spirit world. No, it says it has no order. This is talking about a land, bro. You see, and we know that land to be Babylon the Great, because this is a place that has no order. All right. It says, and of the shadow of death without any order, and where the light is as darkness. You see, that same verse in the NLT. It is a land as dark as midnight, a land of gloom and confusion, where even the light is dark at midnight. You see? So this place is ultimately backwards. You see, the scriptures talk about, Esau, the turning of things upside down. Okay, so when you speak out against the agendas of Esau, Edom, all right, when you speak out against unrighteousness, you make yourself a prey. You see, and that shows you too how a lot of our people that's a part of Esau's industry, they ultimately have to compromise. They ultimately have to sell their soul, all right, in order to keep those riches, all right, in order to play basketball, even though they're talented, you know what I'm saying, and they have these particular skills, but their skills not gonna get you nowhere. You have to compromise in order to be something, in order to get higher positions above all the rest of the slaves. You see, and this is nothing new, man. That whole sell your soul. This is not no Hollywood, when you see and you going, you to a fucking dark room and Satan's there, and no, you selling, you compromising, bro. You see, these people are compromisers. This is the AI overview of sell your soul. It says sell your soul means sacrificing your morals, integrity, or values for money, power, or fame. It is a metaphor for making deep compromise to achieve success. You see? So these people, a lot of our people that's a part of Esau's industry, LeBron James, all these niggas, whether they're athletes, movie stars, musicians, you know what I'm saying? They all have to compromise. They all have to push forth and go along with Esau's agenda to keep that position. You see? And that lets you know they're willing to do these things because why? They want status, they want money, they want fame. You see, that's why this shit with the Lord is revealing, the Epstein files, and everything with we know Esau wicked, but all the shit that all these movie stars that our people look up to, Denzel, Will Smith, whoever you can think of, man, musicians, Chris Tucker, all them niggas was a part of that shit, showing that they have to compromise in order to keep that status. You see? In order to keep that status, and going back into these videos, now this man is he's being told he got cut from the team, or his family has abandoned him, calling him crazy. You see, and don't that shadow, that sounds very familiar to what we went through when we came into the truth, man. You see, when the Lord first put the spirit on us and we woke up to find out the truth, you start telling your family, and what do they call it? They ostracize you, they cut you off, they separate themselves from you. Oh, that boy crazy. You see? Now he's hearing the same thing, He's hearing the same thing, and that's just one. That the alphabet agenda is just one of many evils, all right, that we speak out against. You see? But this goes to show you, and like you said, even his wife, now his wife is not texting him back, and that lets you know she was just along for the money, man. She was just along for the ride. They get the money, man. You see, as soon as that money stopped, she jumped ship, So now he's realizing that man is realizing what it means to speak out against unrighteousness, man. But I'm gonna play this video one more time real quick.
Q. Right? They proclaim Pride Month and the NBA. They proclaim it. They show it to the world. They say, come join us for pride.
Right. They push it on you. They force it on you. You see, they make these particular sports players, they have to wear a fucking patch to say pride. You know what I'm saying? Showing, they have to wear that badge showing that they're with it. They support it in order for them to play basketball, in order for them to sing, in order for them to be a part of movies. You know what I'm saying? They got to promote it. You see? And you have particular jakes that give their children over to this, man. You see? Dwayne Wade, Magic Johnson, just to name a few. Will Smith, he gave his kids over to this shit. Sacrifice his kids, even though it's not they actually doing, sacrifices where they where they're deleting, children, you see, but also giving up their children up to these agendas, man. You see? unto these idols, man. You see, because this place is nothing but the land of graven images, like it says in the book of Jeremiah. You see?
Right month. To celebrate unrighteousness. They proclaim it. They proclaim it on the billboards. They proclaim it in the streets. Unrighteousness.
Right, and they know this shit not right. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that, you know, a man and a woman being together is not right. You see? The scriptures talk about look at nature and it shall, you know, the nature itself shall teach you, roughly paraphrasing, man. But let me see. Speak it. Right. Salakia, real quick. This is Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 7. It says, the instruments also of the churl of evil, he devised wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. You see? So even if you speaking righteousness, you know what I'm saying? You gonna be Esau's gonna come up with a way to cut you off and destroy you. You see? Like I said, this dude, he's not even in the truth. Like he's not even in the truth. You know, he's just speaking out against one of many evils. And look what happened. So imagine what they're gonna do to us. What they go eat. Well, at least what Esau's gonna try to do. You see, this is just a foreshadowing, you know, of what's coming, really coming, man. Because we're gonna be defamed. You see, we're gonna be we're gonna be looked at as you know, as the worst you know, kind of people on the planet. You see, when these government officials or child rapists and you know what I'm saying, and pedos and you know, and drinking chrome and shit. You see, but they're gonna flip it and make us look like we're the problem. You see, and these people are gonna go along with it, man. That's why it says, you know, in Second Thessalonians, with all deceivableness of unrighteousness, that he's going basically deceive the people into believing it, man. You see, when the whole time we were telling the truth. You know, the whole time we was telling you people that this man is wicked, this whole westernized society is wicked, the Western mindset is wicked. You see, and it's making you a enemy of the Most High. You see, that whole alphabet shit. That's the scriptures say. You know, being friends. James 4, real quick. I'm gonna end it up. I got to clock in, man. But you get the point. You know, this is James chapter 4. All right, in verse 4 in the NLT, it says, "You adulterers. Don't you realize that friendship with the world makes you an enemy of God?" You see, I say it again. If you want to be friends of the world, you make yourself an enemy of God. You see, and that's exactly what a lot of our people are. They're friends with the world, therefore they're an enemy of God. You see, they're an enemy of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You see, because these people go along with it. They help promote it. They push forward. You know, who knows, man? This dude might, you know, how he's going shit. I don't know. Shit, I'm just speaking as a man. Shit, hey, you in Chicago too? You know, we got the Chicago brothers out there, big camp. You know what I'm saying? Going in, shit, he might walk past the camp one day. You see, brothers, you know what I'm saying? Man, who knows? Like I said, I'm just speaking as a man. But this is just a foreshadowing, and this is what happens when you truly come into the truth. You know what I'm saying? Your family look at you crazy, people abandon you. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. You see, the scriptures say, rejoice, man. Real quick, I'm gonna end it off on that, man. Let me see. What is this? Separate. Let's see. I think let me see. Zalagi, I'm trying to find it real quick. Let me see this with Luke real quick. This is Luke. Yeah, this is Luke chapter 6 and verse 22. It says, blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, it shall reproach you and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. Okay? Because this is about to happen. Esau's about to put the Hebrew Israelites on the front street. You see, on Front Street, he's going to use particular agents. He's going to use camps that he paid off. You know what I'm saying, to help all right, ultimately lumped the true church of Yahweh Shem Shah, the true righteous, the true prophets amongst amongst those transgressors, man. You see how Yahweh Shah was lumped, he was numbered among the transgressors. You see, his men are gonna be in that same state. It's gonna happen to us too. You see, because we're following after the Lord, so hey, we're gonna have to drink of that same cup. You see, being reproached, being spit on, being hated, you know, being hunted. That's coming. You see, that's coming, man. But the standard is gonna be lifted, man. So I don't want to make this too long. Like I said, I got to clock in a little witness, listen, edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Hakudash. Matter of fact, Salaki, one more verse. I'm gonna read that again. Luke 6:22. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. Rejoice ye in that day, and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in like manner did their fathers unto the prophets. All right, so with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Chakodash, double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, the teacher of well. It's always peace and salutation to the elect. Shalom.